There we go. I had to do that. Okay. Okay, she's chatting to them about something. I'm curious to see if this is just a live stream or if it's like, if there's info about new projects. Because I saw Knox Hill comment on this, and he's like, this is how you start like a single rollout, if I remember correctly. So they're planning something.
Yes, Baby No Baby with a banger for the weekend. That was Brawl Dog. Oh.
Interesting.
All right, we've got a chart-to-chart exclusive now coming in. Some new.
That's Knox. Oh my gosh. Good on you, Knox, dude. The guy, if you haven't heard Knox Hill, he has such a great charisma about him. And it just shows his own love for the music. He's all about it. He enjoys it. He gets excited about it, so he speaks up about it. So the fact that he did the announcement on this, I think that's awesome. That's so cool. Because he's done reactions with REN before in the same building. So I just love that. I love that.
Cat who goes by the name of REN. This one right here is I don't give two fucks. Neither does a virgin.
Starving for some food for
oh my gosh.
I'm a student of a melancholy prodigy, catching supernovas falling from the Milky Way.
Is that a human or an angel singing?
Don't shy away, maybe I'll get high today. I get stuck.
Aw. Okay, so if you just pulled a Kendrick here and you're showing us something that you're going to be doing later, good on you, man. That's awesome.
A man has died after being stabbed last night in the shopping district of London Paddington.
Oh my gosh.
Police say the victim is 29-year-old Edmund Lockridge, the son of Lord Lucian Lockridge, the billionaire founder of Lockridge Incorporated. The company has been at the centre of several recent controversies, though police have stressed there is no indication at this stage that the attack is connected.
Oh, of course not.
The 34-year-old man from Shepherd's Bush was arrested at the scene and remains in custody.
Yes, that's right. Just after 9:30 last night, emergency services were called to this pedestrian strip on Parade Street, Paddington. Witnesses describe a heat altercation followed by Mr. Lockridge collapsing from stab wounds. Vincent Gavon, described by neighbours as quiet and someone who kept to himself, was detained minutes later. Police say they are keeping an open mind on motive, including whether the attack was politically motivated.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if they were purposefully glitching stuff out to kind of redact some of the information, like how many stab wounds it was. They're like, but saying, checking to see if it was politically motivated, that totally makes sense. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that, west side, state side, how, frankly, there is a lot of stuff that goes on behind the surface, and we don't know all the information. So that's where you get a lot of people, a lot of cops, a lot of politicians. They might mean well, but if you believe that most of the public will not be able to understand all the information, if you just say like, hey, based on our most information or the information we have, this is what we think is going on. Most people aren't going to be able to handle that, and I think that's definitely true. I just think, it is kind of one of those things where in the absence of, knowing something fully, we come up with all these ideas. Why did the police not say this? Why do the politicians seem like they're covering something up? What do we know? We don't know. That's the sucky part.
In Westminster this afternoon, police and ministers responded to the growing public concern. We take you there now.
At approximately 3:09 this morning, Vincent Gavin was charged with murder. Our deepest condolences go to the Lockridge family. As this is an ongoing investigation, further comment would be inappropriate.
I really like the actress here. Like, it sounds very natural how she's delivering it, and it makes sense given this type of situation. Even this shot of everyone in the darkness, and she's kind of stepping out in the light a little bit. There's a little bit of discussion about what's going on, but for the most part, these guys are being shady in the dark. And there's also the joke, obviously, even freaking John Oliver made the joke that, English people are so withdrawn emotionally, even the sun doesn't penetrate the clouds. It's a joke. It's what John Oliver said, not me.
Will this be treated as an act of extremism? We're keeping an open mind.
Yeah, and even that, like, what can you say? I mean, if you guys saw Zootopia, you'd know that the way you word things is very important to try and get the audience to not make assumptions or come to conclusions that are incorrect. Now, obviously, is there a way you can do that perfectly? No. There has to be a little bit of tactics that you use to try and word things. So by saying we're keeping an open mind, we're not even intimating that we think this is extremism. We're just saying we're keeping our mind open to whatever the possibility is. Very smart.
Minister, is this a sign of a wider breakdown in public safety?
What happened last night is not just an attack on an individual, but on the values that underpin our society. The Prime Minister will be reviewing measures to ensure crimes of this nature face the toughest possible response.
Thank you, Minister.
Sorry I'm all glowy and everything. I didn't notice that.
There's been some accusations.
He looks so imposing.
My son was murdered.
He sounds imposing.
That is the truth. That is the only truth. Attempts to justify or rationalize this crime are beneath contempt. And that is all I have to say on the matter.
And I mean, look at how little he's even going into what because the news is always trying to twist things out of context for their own betterment, to get more clicks, to be sensationalist, that kind of thing. And knowing how to be like, this is the facts that we know. We don't know anything else. We are looking into what is going on, period. And I mean, that's a valuable way to look at it. I'm just going to assume that he's the bad guy in the situation, but...
Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Thank you.
She did really well with that. That was awesome.
Turn, the public have been left completely divided. Some of the population see Vincent as a new...
Wow, look at that. I love that little effect. I wasn't sure what I thought was some of the visuals with the camera, but the fact that it wasn't moving and then it kind of buffered in. Like, we've seen that on the news before, where stuff buffers because you're doing it live. So very, very cool. I like that.
Devil, whilst others see him as a modern-day hero, striking a blow against the status quo.
I'm stood outside the courthouse, and although officials have described this as an open and shut case, you can see there's clear public divide between support and condemnation for Vincent Gavon. Back to you.
With the
Well, and the fact, too, that you get these, handmade signs and everything. I'm just thinking in terms of props and, like, the setups with the... the people involved and stuff. It's very, very cool.
Suspect now formally charged. Still remains a sign of something deeper in Britain today.
What are they doing? Oh, I thought that person was slumped over like they took something.
Compliance. Life without passion is a world without violence. From the same Lockridge Industries laboratories that brought the world's first medication formulated to heal the global economy,
Envian.
A new, groundbreaking series of treatments is here to change the world all over again. Finally, an alternative to the responsibilities faced in modern-day relationships. Throughout history, human minds have been afflicted with absurd delusions, such as individuality and fairness. Are your children starting to develop their own personalities as they grow?
Oh, you baby.
Are you tired of waking up every day and having to pretend to listen to other people prattle on about their right to self-expression? But that can all stop with just 2 easy-to-swallow tablets taken before, after, and during every meal.
Side effects include spontaneous ankle jingling, unexpected emotional flash mobs, mild to severe haunted elbow syndrome, involuntary shadow twitching, temporary loss of the ability to pronounce the letter S, sudden memories from lives you definitely didn't live.
Okay, so you gotta take the piss out of it just a little bit. Have it be a little bit, self-aware They were being goofy, just chugging all the pills, and the side effects may include involuntary ankle jingling, and the inability to pronounce the letter S. That's it's funny. Real quick, I'm going to close one of these blinds, and then I'll be right back here. There we go. Should make it a lot better. Okay, perfect. All right.
Good evening and welcome to Britannia Speaks, where the nation debates the issues that matter most. Tonight, Vincent Gavon, charged with the murder of Edmund Lockridge. Who is he? It's a tragedy that has sparked outrage, division and a national conversation. On our panel tonight, Sir Douglas Kane, former Chief of Police. We have Dr. Aston Tolliday, political scientist. We have
That's
Cassie
Ren. There we go.
Blaze, who is an
Oh, no.
influencer and former contestant on the TV dating show.
Wait.
And we have Cassie Blaze.
Hold on.
Who is an actress, influencer, and former contestant.
Yeah, so literally her whole point here is she's cute and people like her at that point. I thought they said and Pulitzer winner, but I think it was pollster was what they were saying. Someone who basically is aware of what the people want, that kind of thing.
On the TV dating show Swipe Right Forever, we have Percy Price, Professor of Psychosurgical Medicine at Cambridge University.
And of course, nobody cares.
Without further ado, let us go to our first question from the audience.
So obviously is that Molly from The Boys? Or Juicy, Big Juicy? Oh my gosh, that's funny. I just was going to say it's disgusting. And I think people like Nicki Minaj really hit the nail on the head that in a lot of cases, everything is about just the popularity contest of stuff. I mean, I personally don't. I think she was being performative with the whole supporting Trump thing. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't really care much about her. It's just she made a good point that, so much of this stuff is performative. It's a popularity contest. It's not actually about authenticity. So I think it's really, refreshingly disgusting to have this, panel of very important people. As soon as we get the hot chick up there, well, we care about what she says. Why? She has no basis for any of this conversation. She's not even, in circles that have to do with this political stuff. I hate it.
Thank you. My question is,
that's not juicy.
Has Britain lost control of its streets? I work 2 jobs, finish at midnight, and honestly, I can't afford to change my shift, but I don't feel safe. My niece is 14 and won't go out after dark, and all the politicians are just arguing on a Twitter instead of doing, anything really. Should we feel safe, or is it over for this country?
Ooh.
Take this one, Sir Douglas.
Yeah, it's quite simple.
And look, she's even she's fiddling with her hair, kind of running her hand on her boob, this is what matters here. Just ugh. I'm not going to argue social media is the be-all and end-all of social crumbling. I don't think that at all, because it's how people choose to use it, what they choose to like and retweet and all that stuff. But I really want to know who the hell started this whole thing where once you get big and famous, all you have to do is just make it all about popularity. I'm better than you because I'm hot, and I have all these subscribers, so I'm better than you. Who the hell ever started that whole thing? I hope they are broke and homeless or something. I don't mean to put ill will with the homeless part, but I hope you're broke. I really hope that mindset has done nothing for you. Gosh, I need to get off a soapbox.
Britain has gone soft. The people in charge of our legal system now have absolutely no backbone. Now, back in my day, they get punished and punished properly. These days, it seems that you get a TikTok account and some sort of documentary on Netflix.
So she's over there shrugging. She's the obvious foil to what he's saying. He's all about the old-timey beliefs of we need to punish. And then he's pointing out, obviously, you do something horrible, you get a spotlight on you, and you get a TikTok account. However, hasn't it been great that we've seen at least some cases of people really getting the snot smacked out of them online? The lady who lied about the Uber, or she was the Uber driver that lied about what happened with a customer. The Island Boys, you know, they blew up because of their stupid hairstyle, their tattoos, and one dumb song, and now they have nothing. Sure, there's Jake and Logan Paul out there. I despise them thoroughly. But there's other instances of people trying to get that quick little bit of success, and that doesn't get anywhere. I mean, it's a little bit beautiful to see.
I'm sorry, but you should be afraid. You really should. The people who run this country are afraid to make any decision in case they offend somebody.
And on that side, on that note, because I've seen it back and forth all the time, there is the other side that doesn't understand how to treat every case as an individual one, right? And that comes from a place of fear where, you know, we used to be heavy-handed to everybody, and then it worked. I mean, I used to work with kids in early intervention teaching, you know, when they're little. And I could tell you all the parents who seem to think that one way of disciplining or teaching a kid, you know, we never really worked with discipline. We worked with teaching and tried to figure out ways to do more positive encouragement to outweigh the enjoyment they would get of bad behavior, and then we're good. And there's studies to prove that. But you get so many people that I could tell they were scared because it's like, I would rather just raise a hand and tell you to stop instead of trying to do something different, because not everyone responds that way. They just don't. You can do it all you want, and it's not going to work for everybody. So swinging it that way is equally harmful. You know, it's an old-time belief that actually wasn't that beneficial for everybody. Look at all the times that people were locked up in asylums because they had a behavioral issue. People just didn't want to deal with it.
With all due respect, it's exactly that thinking.
Yes, it comes from somebody who knows about criminals. This structural inequality does nothing. What are you going to tell me next? That road cones have feelings and emotions?
Row cones? Is that raccoons? And even if animals did have feelings, right? Because I actually have had a few conversations about that with the rabbit that you've seen on this channel every so often. There's a fine line between coddling everything and understanding that there is something to care about. It's not even about, oh, we're putting something in there that's not there. No, you're treating it with some humanity, you know? You're not trying to give it this lavish lifestyle, but you're not going to treat it as something to just, you have your food, you have your water, you're fine. It's not a plant, you know? And even then, there's ways to treat plants. You see, plants can die if they're in a stressful environment. That is a reality of how most of us act and live that we're becoming more aware of now. And I'm not going to take too much time to go into it. But
what we're seeing is the collapse of social support networks, rising poverty, inequality of wealth.
That's absolute rubbish. People aren't being stabbed because of inequality. They're doing it because they can, and we're letting them.
Well, and that's both. That's both. And that's the... I said I wasn't going to talk too much more about it. It's both sides. You can have both simultaneously. You can have people upset with the unrest going on and they're lashing out. And then there's others who they just do it just because. You can't conflate one or the other as being the sole issue. You can't. That denies the entirety of the human experience, where not everyone is going to have the same life story and the same life experience.
Let me break this up slightly.
He doesn't really feel like he's being...
Well, I think that...
Oh
my God! What, that one dude?
Maybe you're both right. Like, Sir Douglas here thinks we should be hard, but Dr. Tolliday thinks we should be soft and gentle. I personally think it's nice with a mix of hard and gentle.
I was about to say, we almost have a point, and then I kept thinking, but that's not what her character is, I don't think. God, you just... I know this is all scripted and this is acted. I hate people like this. I truly do.
Excellent point, Cassie. Yeah, the audience loves it, which brings us to our next question, really. Should Vincent face the harshest punishment, do you think?
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, let's set an example. Let's be harsh. Let's give him the worst we can do. Let's brand him. Let's publicly humiliate him, whatever needs. We've got to stop people from doing these offences. We've got to make crimes that are unappealing as possible.
Right. That's medieval. Every study shows that harsher punishments...
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you there. I'm sorry.
Bro, shut up for a second.
Someone from getting murdered in Paddington last night? No. Now, you can make statistics and anything you want, as long as you want, but it's not going to stop a blade from going into your gut.
And that is total deflection of even understanding science. He doesn't understand science. If he thinks, oh, you could do your statistics all you want, what do you think statistics are? It's gathering information about what is going on around you. I mean, yeah, I get it that in order to be able to look at statistics and understand its purpose, you're going to have to change your viewpoint. Oh, gosh. Anyway.
Nor is your PhD.
What works is investment in communities.
Oh, yes, brilliant. So welfare handouts to youth clubs so that some of these thugs can do interpretive dance for their feelings.
It's called therapy.
Called a waste of money.
What do you think?
Well, because then on that flip side, right, handouts to people. There are some people out there who will abuse handouts. They don't want to get better. They don't want to actually better their lives. But that's not everybody. It's not everybody. It's the same. It's the homelessness argument. Do you think that giving this guy a sandwich is going to help anything? Well, some people genuinely think no. But I have talked to people personally who have all they needed in order to get in front of people who were able to put them up for sponsors and get them a job and get them all these things was one more person giving them a sandwich and showing them you are worth it, dude. And there is such a dramatic problem with culture if people don't have support. But I get what he's saying too. You also have to be smart about it. You can't be like, oh, la, 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 we're all going to be happy. No, there are some ways, if you analyze it person by person, that you can look at someone and go, this person isn't going to look for help. They're stuck in their addiction, they're stuck in their behavior or mental illness, all these sorts of different things. And maybe they're not going to change their lives if we reach out and try and help. But that shouldn't delegitimize all the other people that need help and can change.
Cassie, what would you say?
Well, I don't even know.
I don't want to hear what you have to say, Cassie. Shut the hell up.
If it makes everyone feel safer, I think we should just punish him, right? Like...
Off with his head!
The vibes are what's important here, so if he's gonna bring the bad vibes, I think he should do the time, honey.
Yeah. This is about dealing with issues systemic.
Final thought on this, Sir Douglas.
Final thought.
Yeah, so everyone's cutting in.
All right, well, that brings us to the final question. What does this all mean for the future of Britain?
Well, it means war. It means war. The public are at danger. We've been wrapped in this sort of bubble wrap. I mean, if it was up to me, I would have the soldiers on the streets right now.
The real war is with inequality. Vincent is a symptom, not a cause. If we don't address the root cause...
The root cause is if he'd not picked up a weapon and picked up a job application instead.
But why, though? That's the thing that most people don't want to look at. And I'm so glad, as someone who, when I was going to school and there were no structures of help, like an IEP for someone like me, to see how much mental health and how much awareness of things has been just skyrocketing over the years. Maybe the public's awareness is still very small, which is definitely true. Look at Keemstar talking about Jacksepticeye being diagnosed with autism and how many people didn't give a fuck. But regardless, there's more to it than just the actions. And I totally side with this lady. And I think it's also a very good stylistic choice to keep this on REN, that he is just observing, that he's just taking notes. You know, he looks a little socially awkward, but he probably has a lot to say if they ever turned the mic over to him and said, hey, well, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that we should just be nicer to each other, you know?
That's not enough.
Like, if
we just meditated
doing the
more.
you?
This wouldn't happen, that wouldn't happen. And like there was this one time when the two guys I was talking to, they found out about each other and it was a right mess. They wanted to have a talk about it. So I just turned my phone off, went to the back garden with a matcha martini and meditated like really hard. And honestly, that solved all of my problems. So I think it could
Out of time, so I'm going to say thank you.
I do want to know who the actor is for the.
Professor Price, you've been rather quiet sitting there, made a lot of notes. Do you have any insights to share with us?
Yes. Yes. You people talk of punishment, yes? Policy, poverty, and whatever it is you're talking about, but crime is not a social issue. No. It is a neurological one. It is a matter of circuitry, misfiring impulses, faulty wiring in the prefrontal cortex. You see,
there's also that side of it too.
Punish, yes, and punish, and punish. Naughty boy. yeah. But nothing ever changes.
Yes.
Right? And why?
Preach it.
Because we are disciplining behavior when we could simply repair the machine. You, sir, would you imprison or jail a lamp simply for flickering? No, of course not. It would be preposterous, it would be absurd. You would simply acquire a new bulb. Well, Vincent is a broken lamp. And I have a new light bulb.
Shout out to that guy. He understood the assignment.
Well, you heard it here first. With that, it is good night from us.
Look, we haven't even had a proper debate.
We'll see you all same time next week. Join us then. Good night.
Really, I do want to. Okay. All right, Starry Night. I think this is the end of that. And then the first night, Vincent's Tale. Okay. Oh, I thought that might have been the copper from before, but no. Oh, dude, what the heck? Okay, first of all, I'm not even going to say it much more after this because you guys have eyes, you can see this. The camera work here and organizing the sets, I don't know a single person that does this. Certainly not Hollywood, but in terms of art and stuff, man, I don't know anyone who does it like this. Anyway. Oh, I like that. Nice edit there with the... Ooh.
How do I begin? Wait a minute, I know. Step 1, I repent. Step 2, let me go. No, 3, maybe I show you remorse for my crime. Fuck that, let me speak my mind. So allow me to introduce myself to your manifestation of everybody in this room. Duh, ever felt discarded by a system that's regarded to be something for the people, but the people disregarded, it's retarded.
Okay, the acting from the other inmates is awesome. And him saying, because he just spoke to this systemic stuff. Because if you feel like you're pressured by a system that is not there for you, that messes with your mental. I know this in my own small, very unrelated experience, in regards to working for a company that it was entirely built on funding. A lot of those sources can dry up in a second. People can pull funding just out of nowhere. So the idea that it wasn't even about me just trying to do my job and be the best that I could be, but also the entire idea that that job could get ripped out away from me in a second's notice. That puts a lot of stress on your brain. So
In all the power in the palms of the heartless. Lions don't care when chewing on carcass. Homeless levels rise and the politicians pardon. Slave labour wage docking pay for the farmers. Britain, Great Britain, no, you're a slave. Great Britain, tax bracket rise, grow. Give a tax break for a suit and tie on the low. Well, the everyday people getting fucked till they broke, so let me unload. I'm on a roll, I never vote. Rigging the polls, Britain the road, who's in control when there is no food in the bowl. It's a low blow representative.
when there's no food in the bowl, I like that. Slants. That also works with his accent and everything, so very cool.
Don't show empathy, plain to see, represent me, no soccer. British break backs just for bread and butter. Fuck the PM, did they stutter? In the PM, there'll be bodies in the gutter. Blood-stained hands, milk up poor land's udder.
Man, it's something that I think historically the UK has a lot more to speak on than the US, at least currently anyway. It just feels a lot closer to home when Ren talks about these experiences. It's crazy. I also love that flip of, to heck with the PM, the Prime Minister. In the PM, in the nighttime, there'll be bodies in the gutter. Very, very great flip.
9 to 5, can't survive away just to work in the job that can't provide. It's by design, my hands are tied. I climb that, on this that. How the fuck can I pretend it's fine? The water is never wine. A pig steps to the slaughter before your eyes. It's for the new world order, except our minds. Court of law, a horse who will bend for bribe. All the while, people watch reality TV, sleep easy, wake and repeat the cycle. Are you taking the Michael? Better beat it up. City full of sheep tweeting on the social media. Twisting tail.
Yeah. So people just looking for something to make them feel better. They're not really caring to even know what's going on. And then you tweet about stuff. I'll admit, I have fallen victim to that time and time again with Twitter. Because I was raised to believe that you have to be able to back up what you believe. You can't just say some shit and expect people to side with you. Until I learned that on social media, a lot of people do that. And a lot of people get, at least as far as we see, right? They get very, very far in life by being an asshole with an opinion. And when something goes down, like an artist getting slandered for no reason, or a manga artist getting slandered by people who just want to use her IP for whatever they want, and then they complain, then it's just like, what the hell are you on about? What matters to you? Do you care about the human decency of respecting what someone wants you to do? Or is it all about you? And that's what a lot of people want. They just want it to be all about themselves. They want what they want, but then they won't give anyone else what they ask for. Sick.
It's causing mass hysteria. Polarize the people, never buy the hand that's feeding you. When it comes to war, they'll be calling for you, needing you. Fighting for a cause that wasn't yours, then leaving you. Hyperpolar.
Yeah, fighting for a cause that wasn't yours to begin with. That was the whole issue with World War II. Even to the point where on Christmas Day, these guys were hanging out. I don't have a problem with you. It's your higher-ups and my higher-ups that have an issue. I don't even have an issue with you. Let's play soccer. Let's sing some songs. Let's eat some breakfast. It's the most tragically ironic thing ever. And I don't even claim to know anything about, how we look at it at present. Because at the end of the day, there are people out there that want us all dead. They want what they want, and they will end lives in order to get what they want. So what do? It's not as simple as, well, let's just meditate on it and be nicer to each other. That's not how it goes. You have to be able to handle both parts of, literally, handling the handle of the sword, just like handling the blade. Two different parts. Two totally different functions.
Rising the left and the right. Are you woke? Are you racist? Black? Are you white? Are you all for the Brexit? Make a swift exit. The NHS rots. Where was tax directed? Look, there goes another fucking puppet elected. Dance, little puppet, dance for the neglected. Impunity from true flies come to be expected. Sever head of Hydra, 2 parties resurrected.
Ugh.
Yes, I am the malevolent, degenerate delegate. Incarcerate the truth, keep it separate. The fabric of society is delicate. They don't want me in the room, I'm the elephant. Let's go.
They don't want me in the room, I'm the elephant. I'm the one who's who can't be ignored. That people are kind of going, we got to talk about it. It's here. It's uncomfortable. It's just horrible. It's so horrible that, like, and I know it's been the case forever and ever, but it's so sad that at the end of the day, because this is where caring about other people is almost the simple answer. Literally. If we really do care about the people around us, if we care about our families, we're going to want to strengthen them, right? We're going to want to connect with our family members. If we care about our communities, we're going to pay attention to how to safely and realistically spend. There's plenty of corporations that I give to that are helpful to the community. They have done all the work and the data to understand, hey, this is where this money is best served to try and help this, that, and the third for people who want it. And it's so tragic to think that that is the answer in a lot of cases. But there's so many people who aren't actually putting something into it. They'll say whatever they want on Twitter, but then they don't do any action to actually move on that. It's just crazy that we're even at that point, because it feels like a lot of us have so much resource. And don't get me wrong, there are lots of people that use their resources well to help people around them and use their communication with friends and family and people close to them to strengthen bonds, because that's how you grow community. But you get so many people that, we're so close to being able to do so much, but a lot of people are just so scared of what it will cost. And then they do nothing but complain about it. They're at least aware that something's wrong, but don't do anything about it.
I guess I was fucked from the get-go. Wrong place and wrong time, guess so. Wrong planet, wrong mind. Guess you could say I was...
I love that, too. We bring back the humor. We got the cop doing the beatboxing, and then it cuts to him beating him in the bed. That's funny.
Destined to break because I get no satisfaction. I roll stoned. ETH with ET, I phone home. ETC, don't blink, life is gone. Time don't wait, the show must go on. In London underground, come rain and thunder. Junkies, drunks and punks stung by the hunger. God is good until life push you under. One by one become cold like the tundra. One by one cast out like pariah. Sever heaven body, so body bow to Messiah. Boy cry wolf, everybody soon expire. Run,
little liar. Ooh, hey. Okay. Ooh, his singing is just, so good. Come on.
There's no democracy. Democracy ain't corporate lobby free for all. Democracy ain't rich boys, silver spoon seniors. Democracy ain't
going back to
eating
Rich
up
Boy.
polite and forgiving you.
Or
Democracy
Sick
ain't
Boy, I'm
choosing
sorry. My
between
brain was...
herpes or chlamydia. Democracy, hypocrisy, a synonym entwined. Take a baby, then deliver him, position him in line, and then imprison him, condition him in school to make him blind. After they christen him, the Father, Son, the Ghost, we're not the mind. We are divine, we lose potential when we gravitate degree. We are benign, we turn to cancer when we take more than we need. We are designed to be magnificent, we waste that when we walk. Starry night, the plight of Vincent inside cell block 44. I thought a war.
So first of all, having Vincent's Starry Night be on there was very interesting, because that was, I think it was Aaron from Game Grumps. He made this joke, or he pointed out this humorous thing that happened on social media, where in the boom of AI trying to flesh out pictures and make it bigger or whatever, people were like, oh, this makes Vincent's Starry Night so much better. And they're like, he made it that way because it was all he could see outside his prison cell. You don't need to make it bigger. That's not the point. So the fact that they had Vincent's Starry Night in there, but also the fact that that painting was painted from his perspective, the little bit he could see outside of his prison, that's really, really cool. I love how they're bringing in the real world parallel to that named Vincent. And yeah, what just keeps sitting on my heart is this idea of, whether or not we mean well. There's a lot of people who can get conditioned into thinking I'm destined to fail. So why don't I just go for what's easy if I'm never going to succeed playing by the rules that people put out there? Psycho-Pass is an incredible anime that does exactly that. It answers that exact question. The first episode has this criminal arguing with himself, well, if they think I'm just going to be bad, I might as well do it. And it's just horrible, man.
Side myself, the war of every working man. A war of what's and why's and how's, and when's the time to take a stand? And who's the one to put me in my place? You? Or is it God? It's compliance, staying silent. If defiance comes from love, I come from love. I come from hope, I come from truth, I come from trust. I am the last remaining push inside a world that turns to dust. Against the people so determined all to die. And for what? Love of power, love of money, love of ego, love of lust. What about love?
Oh, gosh. Him choosing to even stand for love and compassion when him of all people who got misdiagnosed and wasn't helped by so many systems, no one would blame him if he did nothing but hate. No one would blame him. He has more than enough reason to hate everything about the system and want it all to be burned down. And the idea that he's even articulating the idea that he came from a place of love and hope, and he's able to see the people who only care about money and power and greed. Dude, beautiful.
For the sake of love. Outside a world that turns to dust. Against the people so determined all to die. And for what? Love of power, love of money, love of ego, love of lust. What about love for the sake of love? What about really loving us? But I mean really loving us. That means that I, the me, myself is you, and so we're we in one.
And that's Vincent van Gogh.
While we're moving round the sun. For the cell of every sentient, it shares a single song. And that's the song of sweet creation. Do you hear the minstrel strong? For there's more to music. Life is music. Music is the tongue. In the mouth of Mother Earth, and her heart beating is the drum. Hear it, hear it, hear it. That's that thunder in your chest that lets you know that you belong. We are one, we are one, we are free to one song. Something better, yet reset so we can all live on.
Dude.
Vincent! Oh good, he's waking up. Vincent, dear boy, I can feel your frustration, but you're in very safe hands here now, please be patient. You see, we are the cutting edge rehabilitation. Don't you feel so excited for this new innovation? Not a guards, what the fuck, man, I think I wanna leave. Oh, leave? I'm afraid that that's impossible, see? You see, we're part of a new program, it's a government scheme. We're making gentlemen from criminals, and that's what you'll be. With a brand new method to sort of trials and tests. Like our good godson, you'll be resurrected. What the fuck you on about? What kind of brand new method? Well, we take the frontal lobe and we kind of dissect it. With your synapse fragmented with our new serum injected, it aims to recorrect the parts of you we know are defective. There'll be discomfort in your cerebellum, that is expected. Hey, if progress wants a price, let it. Guards, this one will do. Yes, this one's fine. Take him away.
Okay, so I just had to listen to the man cook and wonder why he had his pocket square inside of his lab coat instead of in his lapel coat. Anyway, in his jacket coat, pocket. Very interesting stuff that he's coming out presenting himself not as a Nick Fury, like, hey, I'm putting a team together, and this is how I value you, as a person. He's looking at him as probably another scheme of like, yeah, we're going to be studying you and figuring out how to maybe make you better, but it's ultimately to fuel my ego. That's my assumption as a scientist here. He's like, I'm just so excited to mess with you because that'll mean something for me. Ugh. And then if I remember right, Vincent had some physical tells where he was tapping his foot. Yeah. Wait. Someone was just telling me, haha, I didn't ever know this thing existed until just yesterday. To be continued. Okay, man. I am more than excited about this. And that's all I got to say about that. This is art. The fact that he's calling for every possibility for us to care. And it's not just, oh, let's just drink and meditate. It's like, no, let's systemically look at what we as people are. We are brilliant. And we could do so much with art and who we are. The very fact that the earth itself is a creature of incredible beauty and awe-inspiring structures should speak to how we should be able to operate as others. And that option is always there. That brilliantly described. I thought that fourth act was absolutely insane. But you guys tell me your thoughts in the comments. You can tell me how stupid I am for pausing all the time. Shut up. I mean, I'll read the comment, but, whatever. Anyway, and if anyone from REN's team sees this, absolutely masterful art all the way through, including Knox Hill doing the voiceover on that. Incredible stuff. That's all I got to say about that.